Welcome back to another episode of Bass Fishing Addictions. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new for 2020 Abu Garcia Zata. So this reel pretty much just got released. Haven't really seen any videos or even reviews on this thing yet. You guys can read that if you would like. So we're looking at 11 ball bearings, a 7.1 gear ratio, which takes up 29 inches of line, and a 20-pound drag. So pretty much the standard from Abu Garcia. So we got the typical paperwork, schematics. Here's the moment of truth. My first impressions of this matte green paint job. I don't know if I got something on my fingers or if it's just something on the paint, but it feels kind of gritty. Well, I was just wiping it down for a little while and it seems that all that grittiness went away. I don't know if it was just like dust or what the heck was on it, but it's not there anymore. So it's, you know, it's still going to be nice and comfortable to hold. Like, honestly, it was so gritty I could almost compare it to the bed liner here. But right now it's, you know, just typical paint job. So Zeta right on the side. Got our 11 ball bearings. You can see we got a pretty fancy looking magnetic braking system adjustment knob. I have not seen anything like that before. Kind of cool looking. So that thing clicks nice and loud. Now if we come over here to the tension knob, does that click? Yep. Star drag, of course that clicks too. I don't know if this was on other Abu Garcia reels, but the tension knob right there, got a little circle right there to make it easier to fine tune it. Let's see. Nice solid click. Dang. I think that is the loudest click on a reel I've ever heard. Honestly though, that has some power behind it. Button. I don't want to say it's plastic, but it looks like plastic and it feels like plastic. Spools are nothing really fancy looking, just straight up black. But what I do love is when they put red and black accents together, it just looks so good. So because of that, like, I absolutely love the paint job and everything on the Revo SX. That reel is just all black and red. And it looks like they tried to get a little fancy with something here. That right there, it's got a carbon fiber pattern to it. I don't know if it's real carbon fiber. Ooh, almost dropped it. I don't know if it's real carbon fiber, but, you know, definitely got the paint job of carbon fiber. If it's not real, then they got Swedish engineered right there. But then down here on the sticker it says made in Korea. And watch, the box will say made in China. I'm kidding. Overall, I think it's a pretty interesting color choice. Matte green, black and red. I've never seen a reel with this color on it, and when I was actually thinking about buying this thing, I was questioning big time what reel or what rod I can even put this thing on, because there are no matte green fishing rods out there, or at least what I've seen there isn't any. I mean, Abu Garcia just came out with that new virtual rod, and that thing's black and green, but it's a lot lighter of a green than this, so I don't think it would really match. But regardless, I still bought one of those rods anyways to try out. I think putting this on just a straight black and red rod would look pretty good. Looking at the handle, we are dealing with some EVA foam. Honestly, I don't really care for EVA foam. Yes, it does look a lot cleaner than rubber handles in my opinion, but they just feel too much like I'm holding a piece of styrofoam or something. Yes, they're also lighter weight, but they don't feel like they have mass to them when you grab them. So looking at the side plate, we are back to our little knob down here, and as you guys can see, they do not have a lock or an unlock sticker or tag or whatever anywhere on it. So you're definitely going to have to make sure you have this thing locked at all times unless you want your side plate to fall in the lake. So up at the button is locked, push it down, unlocked, and it pulls straight out. So you can see we got 10 different magnets in there. I already clicked it. I was already playing with the adjustment a little bit, but we got tons of adjustments here. Honestly though, most of the time you guys can see it says max down there, and that little indent right there is the minimum. I was gonna say, honestly, half the time on my reels I never have it any more than probably a third of the magnetic braking system on. So got plenty of adjustments here, and then if you need more, can take a look at the spool, and then we got our little pins here. I don't know if up is engaged or if down is engaged, but I mean, like on this white one you can see it's about halfway down. This blue one, down, down. These things are a little stubborn to try and push down though. Pushing them up is a lot easier though. Take the spool out. You can see we got a bearing on the spool. If you ever want to take that bearing off, you're going to need one of those little special tools or a trick around it. I was just kind of in awe at all of the grease that they have gooped up on here. I mean, grease doesn't really go right here. It goes on the pinion gear right here, but it goes on the teeth, not on the inside. So it's kind of funny that they got grease right there. But then also, speaking of that, you can see all the oil on this piece right here where the line guide is. Just literally goes to show you how much they over grease and over oil these things so that they stay functionable for a long time, so a month down the road they aren't dry and then you leave a bad review on it. But they also made it easy for everybody again, and they added the little service port right there. All you do is take the screw out, your little trap door there falls out, and then you can put grease on your gears. I never do that. I just take my reels fully apart, soak all of the bearings in an ultrasonic cleaner, same thing with the gears, get all the old stuff off of it, put brand new stuff on it. But that'll make it a lot easier for a lot of people. Not everyone has time to take apart a reel and figure out how to put it back together. Let's try this, see if our spin test changes based on how we have these pins set. So got them all set to the center position. Lock that back up. Yeah, pretty decent. Okay, and now we will click all these things outwards. I don't know if this would affect casting or anything, or if this would affect the spin test right here, but you know, definitely during casting they're going to help out a lot. Honestly, having it on this setting feels like it just has a little bit more freedom. But we're not going to know exactly what they do until we get out on the water, get this reel rigged up, and start casting a lure around. And that just about wraps it up for the first impressions on the Abu Garcia Zata. I think I say this in just about all my videos, but can't wait to get out on the water with this thing, test it out, make a product video on it. But then again, who isn't excited to try out new fishing equipment? So, if you guys enjoyed this video, want to see that review, make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.